Pfaff is known for their integrated dual feed, or IDT. This system here is built into the machine, and you'll see that it helps pull the fabric from the top side through the machine, working in conjunction with the feed dogs underneath. And this is so great because this means you don't have to buy an extra walking foot. If you're working on fabrics that are stretchy, it's going to help keep them even as it sews underneath that presser foot, the foot that actually kind of pushes everything apart. If you're working on matching up stripes or plaids, perfect example of keeping everything lined up because the feeding from the top is going to be even with the feeding underneath. If you're doing machine quilting, whether with a straight stitch or even any one of the decorative stitches, just go ahead and stitch through batting, multiple layers, and let the machine feed it perfectly. When you pick a stitch on screen, it will actually give you a little symbol whether to engage this or disengage it. So you saw how easy it is to pull down and lift down and away to disengage it. It's just going to hang up here if it's not being used. So why would you not use it? Well, there are stitches that you're going to be picking, and it will tell you to use like foot 2A or even foot 8. Those feet don't have a cutout like this foot. So if you see a foot with a cutout, you must pull this down to really kind of fill in that area. So if you're just sewing along and wondering why your fabric's not doing really great in the feeding category, it might be because you have a foot with a big kind of open end here. So just make sure if you're using any feet that have that opening, pull it down, but also disengage it for feet that don't have that opening. So with the straight stitch, you do see the IDT symbol with the feed dogs here. But if we were to go and pick a different stitch, I'm going to just randomly pick one. That one switches to 1A, which does have that particular stitch. But as I go to some of the, I know if I jump to some of the decorative stitches, for example, it says 2A, and you see that that symbol for the IDT is no longer on the screen. It's recommending some stabilizer and the correct foot for that particular use. If I try to sew with that IDT engaged, I am going to get a little message that will pop up. It says the IDT is not according to recommendation for the selected stitch. Please check the recommendation and continue to sew. So this will pop up. You can touch OK. You can do whatever you want with that particular stitch, but it just says, hey, this is probably not something that you want to have that particular system engaged for the best results. So the machine is smart. Follow along. If it tells you to use a certain foot, that is the best one to use.